You're listening to the Back Porch Talk podcast. Danny and Jason had many discussions and debates on the back porch while making pivotal investment moves with assets. That's right, with trading cards. They welcome you to the back porch and right into those discussions about current sports news with a fresh and unique twist. So come on and join us. Welcome to the Back Porch Talk podcast. I'm your co-host, Jason.
It's co-host, Danny.
Fans, we got a full show for you today. A little MLB playoff update, a little football, a little bit of F1. We got a loaded show for you. But first, Danny, right into Major League Baseball and where our Milwaukee Brewers season is over. And let me just say, we probably witnessed one of the best in all-time performances by Shohei Ohtani. I won't go over the details, man, but when you're able to pitch and when you're able to hit 3 home runs in one game, in a playoff game, that says a lot. And let me just say that the Milwaukee Brewers offense was pedestrian, was historically bad. And my question is, even if it was halfway decent, would the Brewers have been able to beat the Dodgers the way that the Dodgers were playing? Like, mind you, the Brewers did beat the Dodgers in the regular season 6-0.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a little misleading in that a few of those times the Dodgers weren't healthy. And it was around the All-Star break. So they probably was doing some extra rest, whatever the case may be. But Brewers had a good season. It was a disappointing end to that great season. I think that the Brewers have a whole lot to be proud of, but at the same token, a whole lot they have to work on during the off season. Primarily, we need to really figure out our pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Woodruff for the second year in a row, definitely. I mean, this was not a part of the off or the playoff, and we need a viable 2, a viable 3 pitchers. We also need another bat. Yelly was terrible, but you can say that a lot about a lot of other Brewers too, man, because the pitching of the Dodgers was epic. Just something that we really need to take note on here. Shohei Ohtani is only getting $2 million a year for the next 10 years. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
And after that 10-year stretch, he's getting $68 million per year for the next 10 years. Are you kidding me? So it is in the collective bargaining agreement that there's no limit on how much deferred money a player can get in their contract. I think the Brewers try to do that with Yelich, but at the same token, they really need to focus in on pitching, getting another bat. What say you, Danny, about these Milwaukee Brewers?
Jason, the way they hit in this NLCS was like how they've played in the first round the last couple playoffs. The bats just
Mm-hmm.
go cold.
Mm-hmm.
And they really didn't put any pressure on the Dodgers because the Dodgers' weakness is their bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
And game 1, they got to the bullpen, almost pulled it out. You got to give it up, though, to the Dodgers pitching, man, because they were
Yeah,
all of them were off the hook, and they didn't
all of
allow
them.
the Brewers to get to the bullpen. So kudos to them for that. On the Brewers side, man, yeah, Yelich, it was tough. You know, Churio was playing injured. You know, that hamstring, which limited him in that series. So yeah, they got a lot of things to consider, but all in all, great season. But tough way to go out, man. Knowing what they had going coming off that Cubs series,
Yeah,
to fall apart the way they did against the Dodgers. But Ohtani, man's a generational talent, man.
yeah,
And
yeah.
like you mentioned, his performance and in the clinch, he did all that in the clinching game too. So he's not only pitching, hitting 3 home runs to carry his team to victory to clinch the series. I I'm just lucky that we get to see it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I would say this though, too, Danny. Jackson Churio is a player.
Hmm.
I was trying to figure out, okay, in the midst of this sweep, in the midst of this onslaught, who's going to have some fight in them?
Yep.
And Jackson Churio continued to show up to have some fight. If the Brewers are going to be serious about going to the next level, two things need to happen. One, they need to get out this mindset that the Chicago Cubs is the World Series.
Hmm.
I heard the post game interview after the sweep by the manager Murphy, and let me just say, he said the Cubs series took a lot out of them. Fans, just people just don't know, don't realize. We know. Come on,
Hmm.
man. It's the Cubs, yes, and it was something that you definitely wanted to win. It went 5 games. I get it. At the same token, you're on the verge of getting into the World Series for only the second time in franchise history. Forget the Cubs; they're at home watching you,
Yep.
focusing on the Dodgers. So something I think needed to be said in that locker room that wasn't said
Yeah.
to get them over the hump. Second thing, they need to stop being cheap.
Well,
I,
Jason,
I know you're the on the smallest team in baseball and the market and everything. Y'all are on the verge of history of getting to the World Series. You can't spend a little money for another pitcher. I mean, just imagine if you had Woodruff playing, but then if you had just another pitcher, starting pitcher, and then your
yeah.
bullpen.
Hmm.
Because I got tired of seeing you Urube giving up hits,
Ashby
making
giving up hits.
making mistakes here and there.
Yep.
I'm like, man, when you get to that level, all those things start to add up in a game.
And rumor is we saw on Bleacher Report that they're looking at trading Peralta or fielding offers. So now we got to see, are they truly serious about this or is this just a rumor?
What was that about? I saw that. I was like, man, what are y'all doing? Freddie was your best pitcher for the entire season.
Hmm.
He about to give him up. And who's gonna be pitching for us?
They have a lot of things on the table, man. We'll see how they run it back.
Here's the other thing you really need to start considering. What you gonna do with Yelly? I know Yelly got, deal, you know, money's gonna be given to him. They stretch his contract out, but it's about time to trade Yelly because he is no good in the playoffs when you need him. Yeah, he can get you probably through the regular season, but what good is it if he can't come through in the playoffs
Yep.
and you're the highest paid player on the team? Man, gone with that. So something's got to happen, man. And now we know who's in the World Series. It's going to be the Dodgers against the Blue Jays. What a win by the Blue Jays in Game 7 against the Mariners. 3-1 home run to put them over the top. Are you kidding me? This is going to be a good series, Danny, but I'm leaning towards the Dodgers. They just got the money, they got the arms, they got the hitting. I mean, it's hard to go against the Dodgers, but I think what's going to be asked after this season is, and probably by a lot of general managers or even owners, what do we need to do to slow down the Dodgers?
Hmm.
Is this fair in what they're doing? It, I mean, it is. I mean, a lot of them are getting paid, you know,
Yep.
post 10 years. So,
Yep. I'll
and it's a
tell you,
good business.
Jay.
It's a
I,
good business decision too. What say you, Danny?
I was gonna say too, man, with this World Series, the Blue Jays, man, if they do what they did against the Mariners, like these last few games where they kind of got themselves steadied, and Vlad
Hmm.
Guerrero Jr.
Hmm.
and their lineup is loaded. So they are going to push the Dodgers. But if the Dodgers starting pitching pitches like they did against Milwaukee, Toronto, I'll see you later. So it's going to be a great battle. That's what I'm looking forward to. And and the Dodgers offensive lineup is no joke either. So it could be a great battle, but those Toronto starting pitchers got to come with it.
And now, Danny, right into NFL talk, and just a lot happened over this past NFL week, and the Giants and Denver Broncos game was nuts. Did not see that coming with the Broncos scoring as frequently as they did in the fourth quarter to make a comeback here, to ultimately win 33-32 over the Giants on the last second field goal. And the other game of note, Danny, I would say on my end here, Green Bay Packers prevailing over the Cardinals in Arizona, which typically the Packers tend to do terrible in Arizona, but they win 27-23. Um, Something still, it just is not clicking, still not right with the Packers, but a win is a win. We'll take it when we can. Michael Parsons, really showed up here and closed things out. I believe ultimately had 3 sacks and everything. And so I just think we are in the midst of greatness being formed. We're not there yet. I think though the Packers really need to watch out because the Lions goes ahead and beats the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Monday Night Football, and that puts the Lions at now 5-2, and we're close to halfway of the season being done
Mm-hmm.
already.
Yep.
So we'll see, Danny. We'll see. What say you about the NFL weekend?
Well, Jason, I have to start with my boys. Atlanta Falcons embarrassed themselves on Sunday Night Football against the San Francisco 49ers, losing 20-10 after that nice win against Buffalo. They let Chris McCaffrey go off for over 200 total yards of offense. One key play in this game on the defensive side of the ball towards the end of the game, it was 13-10. 49ers were third and like 13 or something like that. The Falcons had 10 people on the field. They get the first down. McCaffrey scores and ended up winning 20-10. So terrible loss there because with the 49ers being banged up, their defense was shorthanded. We only put up 10 points. Very disappointing loss. We do have Miami this week, and this is a trap game to me. I'm a little nervous about them because Miami has nothing to lose. They've been playing terrible. Looks like a game that Atlanta could lose. So I'm hoping Atlanta goes ahead and takes care of business there. Couple quick call outs too, man. Cowboys. That CD Lamb back, man, their offense looks good. I know it's the Commanders, and the Commanders are kind of shorthanded too, but if their defense can play any type of defense, Cowboys are gonna be tough, man. After that win against y'all or that tie, now they got a little mojo to them. So we'll see there. And then the Bears won again. I know it was a pedestrian game by Caleb Williams, but they win again. So
A win is a win.
that's
A win
right.
is a win.
That's right. And then also Kansas City getting Rice back.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders, man, I know they're on bye this week. Something has to change there. I don't know if it's Geno, but Kenny Pickett ain't it either. So I don't know what they're going to do, but that was just pitiful. 3 first downs in a game.
Then he right into Formula One, where Formula One was in Austin, Texas, this past weekend. Max Verstappen wins the race and also wins the sprint race, so he gets some additional points there. In the main race, you had the likes of Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, rounding out the podium um, with Sir Lewis Hamilton coming in fourth. Best showing for Sir Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari ride, other than the sprint race that he did win. But in the actual race, this is his best performance. I'll say this, Danny. We're coming sort of the tail end of the F1 season. It's going to be interesting to see how Ferrari rounds things out. I'm curious to know of changes. There's some rumors of changes. Next year's going to be interesting because of all the changes to the cars
Yep.
and two additional teams. Well, really one Cadillac, but Audi is taking, kind of switching up here. But nonetheless, it's going to be interesting season 2026. What say you about Formula One?
Well, Max Verstappen's coming back, Jason. He's coming back on that point lead, chipping away at McLaren. We thought McLaren had it on lock. Now all of a sudden, Verstappen's creeping up, man. And in this race, Leclerc had an interesting race because he was all over the place. Like he was
Yeah.
battling all through this race with different people. Norris, Verstappen at the beginning. So it was an interesting race there. Even Sir Lewis Hamilton at one point.
Hmm.
A lot of spin outs in this race. I know Antonelli spun out. He took somebody else out because there are a lot of hairpin turns on this track. But now it's interesting, like I said, seeing Max Verstappen kind of win his way back into this, see how McLaren responds, man. Because for ever since as this season's been going on, it's just been them winning. So now they're kind of facing a little adversity for the first time. So we'll see how they respond in these next couple races.
And just as we talk about Formula One wrapping up their season, the NBA starts their season tonight. And this is going to be interesting to see what happens. But nonetheless, you get the chance to see OKC Thunder raise their banner, get their rings, the whole nine. And how fitting is it that Kevin Durant goes back into the OKC Thunder while they raise the banner? Boy, I tell you, if that is not petty scheduling, I don't know what is, man. The NBA knows what they're doing from that standpoint.
Yep.
This is going, and this happening on NBC Peacock. And let me just say, Danny, I think this is going to be an interesting season for the fans because of all the streaming services. The games are going to be, here, there, or otherwise. So is this going to be an interesting piece here? What say you?
Yeah, welcome back, NBA. We'll see Kevin Durant in a Rockets jersey tonight. And like you said, the scheduling, the NBA schedulers did him dirty by bringing him back, watching those banners be raised. But you also have Golden State Lakers, where LeBron is out for a couple weeks. So it looks like 3 to 4 weeks right now. So we'll see how the new Luka looks in the Lakers uniform, after transforming his body in the off season, and see how they can weather the storm without LeBron. So this will give an opportunity to some of the young guys to do what they need to do. And also DeAndre Ayton makes his debut in a Lakers uniform. So just excited, man, just to see NBA back on NBC, see how that looks. It will be tough not seeing it on TNT, but looking forward to that. And then also Amazon Prime will host Friday games, it looks like, too.
Thank you for joining us at Back Porch Talk Podcast. You can also join us on Twitter by tweeting us at @back_podcast. For more information, you can go to our website, which is backporchtalkpodcast.com. You can also email us at backporchtalkpodcast@gmail.com. Again, thank you for joining us, and remember that there's enough hate in the world, so go ahead and spread a little love.